thought you were going to be together forever with your ex, and yet here you are, broken up. However, you still feel like you're meant to be. Maybe you feel that your ex is your soulmate. Are there any signs that you and your ex are meant to be? Why, yes, there are. And I'm about to give you 8 of them, so stay tuned. Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And welcome back, my beautiful no-contact army. Have you been a good little soldier? If you have, then you've stayed in no contact and you've downloaded my app Silencio to help you with that task. And if you too would like to join our army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm sure you want to know. So, number 1 is that your breakup was amicable and peaceful. Yes, it is possible. I know, hard to believe. There wasn't a lot of damage done after the relationship, so you haven't or they haven't burned the bridge forever. Now, keep in mind that sometimes if a breakup is amicable and peaceful, it may be because one of the parties has a very low interest level. So if they're not that attracted, they're not going to have a negative reaction to the breakup or make a big deal out of being dumped or being the dumper. So you need to ask yourself, was there enough attraction in the relationship, or was the breakup peaceful because your ex didn't really care, or maybe because you don't really care? The second sign is that the reason for the breakup was timing. Maybe they just got out of a long-term relationship or marriage, and often someone like that wants to be free for a period of time. They either want to be alone and not deal with any relationship, or they just want to date around, even if they have a great relationship with you. I know, it sucks, because you didn't do anything wrong, and the relationship was great, and it's only because of timing. And one of my clients is actually going through this right now, and I constantly have to talk her down off the ledge to make sure she doesn't reach out and disrespect herself. However, if your bond was strong, have faith that once they've dated around, they will realize that you were the best choice. The third sign is that your families like each other. You were all very close, and it was like you were married just without the ring. And this is really helpful because it's difficult to have a relationship if their family doesn't like you or your family doesn't like them, or both families don't like each other. When you marry someone, you're also marrying into their family. People forget that. They think, well, I just love him and who cares about the family? Well, they're going to be around. And, that's why we have terms like sister-in-law, brother-in-law, etc. Their family becomes your family. Your family becomes their family. The marriage doesn't exist in a vacuum. So if both families like each other, it's possible that their family will encourage them to patch things up and get back together with you. They'll be rooting for you. Yay. The next sign is that there's mutual respect, appreciation, and understanding. You have good communication. You can have a calm, respectful conversation. You're not afraid to discuss the breakup, and you may even laugh about it. So for the most part, the relationship was peaceful. So you may be asking, well, if the relationship was that good, why is there a breakup? Great question. The breakup may have been because of circumstances or timing, as I mentioned earlier. And these are the most frustrating breakups because you didn't do anything wrong. However, if the relationship was really good, as time goes by and the circumstances or timing changes, there's a very good chance you can get back together. The next sign is just for women, and this is that you had to break up with your ex because he didn't want to get married. Yes, I know sometimes it's vice versa, but trust me, we all know usually it's the guy that's reluctant to get married. and the woman who has to quote unquote insist, which is actually rather ironic because data has shown that actually men benefit more from marriage than women, and men who are married are happier and live longer. But that's a whole other discussion. So, anyways, yes, many people who are actually now happily married broke up before they got married and then obviously got back together. Two of my very good girlfriends had that happen, and they're still married decades later. And even my sister, and she has a great marriage. I've never seen them argue or fight, and they're still very polite with each other, saying thank you and please. And as I said, this often happens before the guy finally wakes up and goes, oh my God, what did I do? I just lost the best person ever. I need to get them back. I'm being an idiot for not wanting to commit. So if a woman respects herself, she's not going to wait around pushing for a commitment. She's going to have to leave and get on with her life and hope that the guy realizes that she is the best person for him. And then he'll come back and voila, you'll be getting married. The next sign is you were the best version of yourself with them, and they were the best version of themselves with you. It felt right when you were together, and you felt that you could take on the world. Being together made each of your lives better. You were excited about what the future held for you as a couple. You both had never felt this way about another person. Time would stop when you were together, and you wouldn't even realize that hours and hours had gone by. You could be totally yourself without fear of being judged. If this was your relationship, there's a very good chance that you and your ex were meant to be. Now, sometimes people break up for petty reasons or misunderstandings. One of my clients, his wife wanted a divorce, and it was for a very petty reason, which I can't go into. And she was going to move on with the divorce until I came on the scene and did my thing with my client. And guess what? They're not getting divorced. So sometimes it takes the person realizing that, you know what? This is stupid. Like, why did I break up with that person? It was for a dumb reason. There was really no reason to break up. It's just my ego. So if that's your situation and the relationship was really good, other than that issue, then again, another sign you and your ex are meant to be. And then the last one is that your ex had mental health issues like depression, and they were possibly on medication. And people aren't themselves when they're depressed, and often the medication that people take for depression can alter their personality and make them more apathetic. And this may have caused them to break up with you. So if they go off the medication, or they go off the medication and their depression goes away another way, then there's a good chance that they will realize the breakup was a mistake. And actually, one of my clients went through this with her ex, and once he got off the medication, he was himself again, and they got back together. So now I'm going to hear from you. Do any of these 8 signs apply to your situation, and which one or which ones? And in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching, and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website, and the direct link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast and you'd like to help the show, then please download this episode. And finally, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.